Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO network. Enjoy. Whoo, my goodness, it feels good to be back. I know I've been gone for a week, and that's not usually the case. What's even more alarming is that I haven't done an episode of blerd-news in 2 weeks now. So I'm pretty sure Princess Zahita's going to be blowing up my DMs, saying, hey man, we got to get back on the track. What's going on? I'm your host D. This is FTO Podcast. It's good to be here. The reason why it's been a while for an episode is because I'm going through a moving transition right now. And through this moving transition, I'm not coordinating myself as best as I possibly can. So, I hope you all will bear with me and work with me through this little process. But I am sorry that it's going like this. The worst part of all this is the fact that my computer's not set up. It's in my backpack right now. My microphone's in one spot. My spotlight's in another spot. Everything is all wishy-washy right now. So hopefully I get this all straightened out and things will go back to the way it's supposed to go. But, for now, I got a podcast. Luckily for me, I did most of my podcasts in my car, which is where we're stationed right now, in Smyrna, like always, looking at the Rock and Jump Trampoline Park. If you guys know where it is, you know where it is. I should start telling the locations that I'm recording these. I feel like it would be a much more fun experience listening to FTO Podcast. Hey, you guys know that D recorded his podcast here last week? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about this week. A lot of news, some comics for you guys to check out, and some TV shows and movies for you guys to watch. So let's just get right into it. First up, Flash adds Batwoman's Javicia Leslie to the final season cast. The article I found this from was from TV Line. It makes it seem like she won't be Batgirl in the last season, but they already introduced Batgirl to this series, so why wouldn't it be Batgirl or Batwoman? I said Batgirl 3 times. Batwoman to the series, so it could be someone different, but I'm almost certain it's Javicia is going to be playing Batwoman one last time in the season finale or the last season of The Flash. Just I don't get the suspense with this. We know what's happening. We know what's happening. Let's be real. Come on. Also, I just heard that this is outside of the rest of the news. I just heard that Westworld was canceled on all these other shows that HBO, Warner Bros. Discovery is canceling. Westworld on the list, gone. So there's that. If you're a Westworld fan, I'm sorry for you. The show's gone now. That sucks, man. Next up, in Witcher news, Henry Cavill is leaving the Witcher series and being replaced with Liam Hemsworth. If I had a sound effect, it'd be playing that Price is Right fail song right now. Because that is awful. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to do that. I don't know who said, hey, let's switch out one of the biggest, buffest actors in Hollywood right now and put Liam Hemsworth in this spot. You serious? Whatever, man. All right, whatever, I guess. Also, another divergent from things to talk about. This is the second time I've done this. Hold on, let me see if it's a part of the actual news before I start rattling on what I was gonna say. I don't think it is a part of the regular news schedule. Season 2 of The Sandman. Huh? Did you guys hear about season 2 of The Sandman? I'm so excited for this. It was because most of you may not know this, but it was very uncertain if Sandman was going to get a second season or not. And the fact that it is getting a second season, I mean, I'm jumping for joy, kind of, sort of. I'm happy. Jumping for joy, not so much. But I am excited. Because if you guys also didn't know, another sidetrack from the news, the year wrap-up is coming. FTO's yearly wrap-up. I called it the best of last year. It's pretty much the FTO awards. All the best and stylish are going to be there. Mostly myself. It's going to be there. It's going to be a whole podcast. It's going to be probably the second week of December is what I'm thinking I'm going to do this for. Second week of December, make a podcast, FTO wrap up. That's going to be the title of the episode, where I just talk about all the different categories, the things that are going to be out there, like best anime, best adult cartoon show, best actor, best movie, all of it. And who's going to get best TV show? I don't know. It could be Sandman. It could not be Sandman. We'll see. We'll find out. I think I said too much. I feel like I've said way too much. But yeah, Sandman's coming for season 2. Liam Hemsworth is a new Witcher. I don't see that show going much further after that, because why would it, right? A lot of people are saying, like, why Henry Cavill has left is because, like, the story was deviating from the books, because as most of us know, Henry Cavill is a big nerd, like, big-time nerd. He's a huge Superman nerd. He's a huge Witcher fan. Like, you know, he sounds like to roles that he likes. So, whatever. I guess we'll see what happens with Liam Hemsworth. But I am glad to see him back as Superman. I'm very excited to see that. Next up, DC Stargirl canceled after 3 seasons. Now, a lot of people are trying to say, like, this is a part of the Arrowverse. Stargirl was never officially a part of the Arrowverse, so, like, you guys gotta stop saying that. It wasn't, like, they deliberately made it not a part of the Arrowverse. It looks like something happened, and it did become a part of the Arrowverse, but, like, to my understanding, it was never really a part of the Arrowverse. But, the show's not continuing past season 3. Here's the cool part. The studio did get a heads up that the show was getting canceled, so we will get like an actual finale for this season. So that's the plus to all of this. So Jeff Johns is still, like, you know, one of the creators of the show. He said, like, the show is getting a complete creative closure. So, I mean, that's good. That's good news, especially, like, for fans of the show. You get like a beginning and the end. That's rare in TV shows. Like, usually you get, like, you know, the cliffhangers. And who wants those? Like, let me know if my show getting canceled, so I can get, like, you know, get the popcorn, do a binge of the entire season before it ends. You feel me? That's what I want. This is some interesting news. Marvel's Wonder Man cast yahya-abdul-mateen-ii to lead Disney Plus series. Now, if you are a Black Manta fan, this has got to rage you just a little bit. Simply because of that reason. Like, you're gonna have my dude Black Manta also being Wonder Man? Are you serious right now? Now, I'm not angry about this. This is actually this is a good casting. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, what Manti would do in this role, because, like, him being Dr. Manhattan was pretty awesome. So I'm pretty sure he'll destroy Wonder Man. And, like, you know, and having him be, like, as the character that is Wonder Man, who's like a Hollywood actor / superhero, also interesting and very cool. So it can only go up from there. My only thing is, like we saw when it came to Idris Elba being Heimdall, when Disney gets an actor in their claws, like, they don't want to let him go and let him do other properties. So we may not be seeing 2 things. The Aquaman franchise may be ending. We may not be getting any more Aquaman, or Black Manta dies, or we'll get recasted. And we won't be seeing Mateen in any more DC properties. He's probably exclusively Disney now. So, sucks a little bit. It is what it is in other ways. Side note, I'm in a parking lot, as I said before, and there's now a cat walking towards me. Orange Tabby walking next to me right now. This cat is freaking huge. Like, enormous. And I do feel like this cat's going to get under my car. I'm going to turn it on. It won't hear the car because it's a hybrid. And something horrid is going to happen. So I got to make sure I open up this door and scare the hell out of this cat so I can get out of here. Next up, Friday the 13th prequel series, Crystal Lake, is coming to Peacock. It's been produced by the A24 and writer and showrunner by Brian Fuller. Now, I gotta say, this isn't my dream show. it is interesting. I mean, it is. Because with Pennywise, it getting a prequel show, that thing is Derry Lane, something like that. Yeah, like that's getting a prequel. I mean, why not make a Crystal Lake TV show? Horror is kind of like coming back. Like we went through the surgence of vampires, then zombies, and now we're going like straight horror. So even before that, we had like the whole monster research, like with King Kong and Godzilla try to do his thing. So yeah, it really is interesting. I know I said that word a lot, interesting, but this is interesting. Like to see like the Pennywise, it have a prequel, and then like this have a prequel. I don't know. It is pretty. I don't know. It won't be on basic TV. It'll be on Peacocks. I mean, they got a lot more liberties. I wouldn't mind seeing hardcore, like, Friday the 13th fans getting into this and telling the creators what they want to see more of and, like, putting that in the show. Like, if you're going to do something like this, try to get the fans, like, the hardcore fans involved. Because, like, we have, like, what? How many? Like, 15 iterations of Jason Friday the 13th films. Just like, it can go sideways really fast. But it is like something like you want to take, like it's history in a way. Because they had like a Crystal Lake TV show in the past, and this is a different one. It's a prequel. It can be interesting. It's like going to be mostly his mom, I'm sure, so, and her origins, and like how Jason, like, came to birth. It's interesting. It really is. Vision series starring Paul Bettany and works at Marvel Studios for Disney Plus. Now, this is a story that I don't too much care for. I just don't. I didn't really watch the WandaVision show, and like what I did see, it didn't strike me. For those who did like the WandaVision show, good job, man. You got like a new show that's like a spinoff of a show that you already like. I think it's called Vision Quest, is what they're calling it. Same writers of the show of WandaVision. It will focus on visions in the world. There's a possible appearance from Wanda, like it may happen, which is also, for fans, very accurate. It's hard for me to get excited for this. This is like not news that really put a fire under me. I don't know. Well, I just got Disney Plus back, even with like the move happening, so I can go watch She-Hulk, I can go watch Moon Knight, I can go watch Ms. Marvel, I can watch all those shows now. So you may see some reviews from me in the future. We'll see what happens. But let's go to things to check out. Things to check out. See a little segue I just did? That's for you guys. That's all for you. I know you're sitting in your cars, in your offices. You're working out. Well, hey, thanks for that segue, D. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Just paying it forward. Avengers Assemble. Something in the Dark comes out November 4th. God. The synopsis is, when neighbors John, played by Aaron Moorhead, and Levi, played by Justin Benson, witness supernatural events in their Los Angeles apartment building, they realize documenting the paranormal could inject some fame and fortune into their wasted lives. An ever deeper, darker rabbit hole, their friendship frays as they uncover the danger of the paranormal in the city and each other. I'm not sure if the way I read this was just off, or if just like it sounded kind of interesting, but like it gets kind of boring towards the end. I don't know. It's rated R. It's the production company is Rustic Films. it doesn't seem like terrible. It just seems like it may get old really fast. Like the writers wrote themselves into a wall towards the end because that synopsis was kind of boring. Weird. The Al Yankovic story came out November 4th also. Synopsis is explores every facet of Yankovic's life, from his meteoric rise to fame with early hits like Eat It and Like a Surgeon, to his torrid celebrity love affair and famously depraved lifestyle. Production is produced by Funny or Die. It has Andrew Stevens, Daniel Radcliffe, David Bloom, F. Razor Wood. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting, I guess. I really don't. I get like a lot of fans are excited for this. I'm not one of them. Like I like Weird Al's song, but I don't get that involved in this like that when I read watch a docu-film about him. So, God of War Ragnarok PS5 comes out November 9th. Some people say they already have this game. I don't know how that's possible because it comes out this week, but whatever, I guess. I'm not reading synopsis. This is like, you should see the synopsis for Metacritic. This synopsis is long. It's a sequel to like the 2018 God of War game. I'm not reading the synopsis. That's insane. It's a sequel to that game that came out. From what I've heard, people who playing it already, they told me that it has the same kind of value to it. Like the story just picks up right where it left off, from my understanding, and the game mechanics have like improved slightly. So I'm gonna watch. Like MK Ice and Fire, here I come, buddy. We're gonna be watching this together. Next up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Came out October 28th, 2022. This is a production of Activision. It's a sequel to the 2019 blockbuster Modern Warfare, featuring the return of iconic team leader Captain John Price, the fearless John Soap McTavish, the seasoned Sergeant Kyle Gass Garrick, and the lone wolf himself, fan favorite Simon Ghost Riley. Witness what makes Task Force 141 the legendary squad it is today. I don't know what most of that means. I just don't. But people are excited for this game. I do think it's going to get washed under the rug because of Ragnarok. Like, I see this preview on my Fire Stick when I turn my TV on. I see the preview for Modern Warfare 2. I see it there. But I don't think it's going to have like the lasting value like that we think it will because of Ragnarok. It may like turn back around come December when more and more people are getting presents and talking about it and all that stuff. But like as it is now, I don't see Modern Warfare holding up in conversation like Ragnarok will. I just don't see that. Well, I could be wrong. I have been before. Next up, The White Lotus on HBO. Synopsis reads, Tanya, played by Jennifer Coolidge, and a new group of guests check in at the White Lotus Resort in Sicily in the season 2 of Mike White's satirical anthology series. So this is season 2, creator Mike White. The premiere date was October 30th, 2022. I've also seen this on my Fire Stick. This is interesting. Like it looks interesting, but it looks like a show that's not for me. But it looks like I'm like if my wife had it on watching it and I came into a room and saw it playing, I'd watch it. I haven't been like as adventurous with new TV shows as I used to be. Like I need to fix that. Maybe I should start with this show, The White Lotus. Next up, The Suspect comes out November 3rd on ITV. Psychologist Dr. Joe O'Loughlin, played by Aidan Turner, helps the police on a case of murdered girls found in a shallow grave in this 5-part thriller based on Michael Robotom's novel of the same name. So, it's a procedural. The Suspect. Next up, The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself. Premiered season 1. Premiered October 28th. And it's on Netflix. As the illegitimate son of a witch known as the most dangerous in the world, 16-year-old Nathan Brim, played by Jay Lycurgo, has been under watch by the Witch Council for years in this fantasy series created by John Barton and based on the Half-Bad book trilogy written by Sally Green. Okay, this seems pretty interesting. I'm not going to even halfway to try to be cool about this one, yeah, it seems pretty cool. I may even check it out. No, this seems pretty awesome. Seriously. I saw this other trailer for something called, was it Undead or Unalive? It's a new show also, like a zombie flick. I may have to check that one out also. So be on the lookout for me doing my random reviews. And with that is the last of things to check out for this week. I'm going to take a little break, then we'll be right back.
You're listening to FTO Nerd Talk. Excellent choice. If you're looking for more nerdy content, consider giving my idiot co-host and I a chance. We are two idiots and a dog, and we talk about movies, comic books, and general pop culture and entertainment media nonsense. Give us a listen on Good Pods, Anchor, iTunes, or your podcatcher of choice. You can also find us at podpage.com/TIAAD media, or you can always find us on Twitter and we'll bribe you with dog pictures too.
Bad news. Good news is, I'm back. Bad news is, it was recording the entire time. So, while I will not be editing that because I can't, know that I'm still here. The episode is still going, and we're back. I should put it in show notes. I returned back at 23 seconds. Oh, well. 23 minutes and 15 seconds. But you know what? It's time for the best part of the show. Everyone's favorite part of the show is where I terribly read comic books of the week. So that's what everyone really cares about anyway. So there you go. This is all from last week's. So for November 1st, Wednesday, comic book day. And also my birthday, November 1st. So this is like a birthday episode, a late birthday episode. I was going to call this episode that the number is titled, but you know what? I should call it Happy Late Birthday. There you go. That's the name of the episode. Happy Late Birthday. So the first off is Batman issue number 129, Failsafe Part 5, I Am a Gun. Failsafe has countered every move Batman and the Justice League have attempted. It's the Dark Knight out of options on Earth. The best-selling Failsafe arc continues, really? In the backup, we travel back to the early years of the Dark Knight detective, revisiting his most psychedelic, mind-breaking period of the dawn of his backup protection system, Zur-En-Ah. Really? That's cool. All right, I like that. That's cool. Zur-En-Ah, it's just so campy, but serious at the same time. If you guys don't know what Zur-En-Ah is, it's pretty much Batman created a backup system of himself, but it's not a Bruce Wayne. It's of Batman. He made like a backup of Batman without the Bruce Wayne human side of himself inside of it. And like is the creation of that thing is absolutely insane. Like, so it's very comic book. It's so stupid but funny. Next up from Marvel comic books is She-Hulk. She-Hulk number 7. After the earthquake that was She-Hulk, issue number 6, She-Hulk knows she has some work to do and a humdinger of a mystery to solve. You will not be able to predict what she finds. Woo! Next up, Punisher, issue number 7. The King of Killers, book 2, chapter 1, The Man and the Devil. Guest starring Daredevil, as Punisher wrestled a devil within and without. Maria Castle finds more and more of her memories returning, including ones of the fateful day when her husband first returned from war. Or did he? Ooh, spooky. When the hell did Castle, when did his wife come back? What am I missing in this story? Should I be reading Punisher? This is weird. I feel like I missed something. Next up, Punisher, Poison Ivy, issue number 6, chapter 6. The shocking conclusion to Poison Ivy's first arc. Poison Ivy is taken to death's door and beyond, as the fungal parasite she has been playing host to causes Ivy to undergo a terrific metamorphosis. Can the world's greatest villain find the strength within her to carry on, or will something new take her place? One thing's for sure, this issue is such a doozy. It'll make you beg mommy for more. What? Who wrote this synopsis? All right, you happy with the rest of it? Then you sold it to me with like the beg mommy for more. Ridiculous. All right, next up from Image Comics, Little Monsters, issue number 7. Little Monsters returns. As everything falls apart, we get a glimpse into their history together. But back in the present, they are brutally divided with deadly consequences. Fascinating. All right. Should I read this book? The cover just like spoke to me, so I had like to tell you guys about it. Next up, from Dark Horse Comics, Night of the Ghoul, issue number 2. In the film Night of the Ghoul, it's 1918, and our nation is rejoicing after soldiers return from the battlegrounds of the Great War. But what if something has come back with them in the real world? A father and son discover the blurred lines between fiction and reality. The writer and artist behind Batman and Black Mirror reunite to shed light on a celluloid artifact once thought forever missing, perhaps with good reasons. Ooh, I like how like it goes spooky, then like it goes like serious, then it goes back to being spooky. This is why I should make this whole thing about like how goofy these synopses are. I love it. I love comic book synopsis. Like read this book and read like why we think you should read this book. I think they're hilarious. And lastly, from Boom Studios, behold Behemoth number 1. Grayson's world is crumbling. Follow his brother's sudden and mysterious death. His sleepless nights are haunted by vivid nightmares of a terrifying monster, pushing him to the brink of losing both his sanity, his job as a social worker. But he's truly shaken to his core when his newest case, a young orphan girl named Rin, is found at the scene of a brutal murder. Just hours after first meeting Grayson, the line between nightmare and walking life blur, as Grayson soon discovered that the monster from his dream might just be real. A mystical ancient beast that is bringing about the end of the world, with shocking connections to both him and Rin. Okay. first off, side note, I do not read these synopses before I pick, the things to read. Just be as honest and blunt with you about that, first and foremost. Secondly, this sounds awesome. This sounds absolutely, incredible. So, yeah, good pick on my call. Look at this guy being good at picking out comic books randomly. And just like that, that is your comics of the week to read from November 1st and 2nd. I only laugh because, I should have did this. I should have did this on Saturday, or at least most on Friday. And if you guys are still listening to this and know that, hey, where has Table Cheese been? With the whole move situation going on, I have not had a chance to link up with Anton, not without him trying to link up with me to do a podcast. This is the end of the show where we talk about stuff, things, life, where most of you have already left the show and I'm just talking to myself sometimes. So let me just say this. Mental health with me is always on a spiral, especially when the time change, for one. And secondly, when the cold winter season starts to show up. And with this move that's happening, is putting thoughts in my head that this happened this one time during the same time of year. Your routines that you do to make yourself feel X, Y, and Z. Or, A, B, and C. It makes you feel either one of these things, depending on how you're feeling initially. But sometimes it doesn't matter what you're feeling. And all that's happening to me right now. And that on top of trying to reconnect with my mom's side of my family. It's something, which at first I should say I think I'm failing at that. I thought I did pretty good day one. Day two, I didn't do that good. I dropped the ball a few times. My communication skills were off. My ethics were a little all over the place. I started masking again. So, you live and you learn. A lot of errors, a lot of trial and error. COVID is still a thing. The pandemic is still happening. But we all suffer that, and I do think as people, and specifically right now as Americans, we don't talk about that as much as we probably should. We talk around it, and the pandemic really messed us up. It made us stay away from each other. It made us go into seclusion with each other. We lost some people during all this. Whether it was by COVID or natural causes, it was a rough go for a lot of us, and I feel we need to give ourselves, as my wife said to me, give ourselves some grace to make a mistake. Actually, a few people have used that word for me, and I sometimes don't know what it means, but sometimes I know exactly what it means, and you gotta allow yourself to fail, man. You gotta allow yourself to make those big mistakes, because that's the only way you're gonna learn from it. It is. You have to be able to mess up and own up to your mess up and hold yourself to accountable. One of my big pillars of being a human. And during this season and doing this transition of my mental health, it's hard to do that. It just is. And there's no amount of TV shows, comics, video games, or just nerd talking that can fix that problem sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta let yourself mess up and go from there, because it's not easy. It really isn't. And that's the best way I can put that. It's hard, dude. It's hard. You feel the confidence that you have inside yourself, but you make a stumble. You feel the joy that you bring to people, but you make a mistake, and you internalize it. It's all those things, and it's not easy. And sometimes you're neglecting your friends because you want to take a break from your work. That is also incorporated with your friends, and also incorporated with your passion. That's more of a me talking kind of thing. FTO is a very passionate project of mine. But I've incorporated it with my friendships. I've incorporated it with my love of nerdom. And when I take a break from stuff like that, and like still like have like the wheels keep on going with those kind of projects, it's befuddling at times for people, and I understand that, and I do apologize. But it's my birthday month. I'm joking, but I'll fix this. I'll get back on the swing of things when it comes to FTO. I am sorry that I'm slacking. I really am. But as I like to say, you can't do great unless you mess up, you know? So that's all you can really do. It's like, you know, keep learning from your mistakes, call out yourself when you mess up, fix those problems when you can, and just go from there. So I hope you're all doing well, like always. It's been, for me, a weird couple of weeks. The moon's going to be red soon. And like after you hear this, you're going to realize that the moon's going to be red in a couple of days. I think it's a Taurus moon. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's going to be red, like blood red. Like, and with the elections coming as soon as it is, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like fate is tempting us or giving us like a sign. So, hope no weirdness happens. I hope you guys are doing really well. I do hope like everything's going fine for you. And try to smile if you can. If you can't, try to get someone else to smile. Get one of your buddies or one of your loved ones to smile. And, like, you know, go with that. Like, get some joy in their joy. Because, you know, we can all use some. So, this is D of FTO Nerd Talk. If you get a chance, wish me a happy late birthday. Because, like, hey, I'll do it for you. Until next time, you guys take it easy. What is wrong with me? Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.